My general advice on AI is, focus on the big risks, regulate the big risks. And that I think is important. There are the potential of real catastrophic risks with these frontier models, but then don't
neglect the small risk.
Let the small, be willing to accept some risk on
But one of the main topics, if people are talking about AI, is always jobs. And what do you think? Is AI in the end destroying more jobs, or is it creating more jobs?
I think in the short term, it will destroy a lot of jobs. In the long term, like every other technological revolution, I assume we will figure out completely new things to do. I am willing to believe that human demand for more stuff, human desire to be useful to other people, to create value, to be part of the community is pretty much limitless. And at every major technological revolution, very smart people have said, this is it. This is the end. This is there's going to be no more jobs on the other side of the Industrial Revolution or whatever. And it has always been a failure of imagination. There are people who say it's different this time with AI because, the special thing about humans is our intellectual capacity, and if it can do everything, what will be left for us? And my counter to that is we seem to really be very wired to care about other people. We don't worry that much about the world of machines. We're very focused on other people. And so I don't know exactly what the new jobs will be, but I bet they'll be very people-centric. And, human society, we have such main character energy. We don't really care that the machines are smarter than us. They already are.
I totally agree. In the end, we just cannot imagine what's going to happen and which new forms of economy and growth and value creation are going to happen. But when we had our dinner in Idaho a few weeks ago, at the table, somebody asked you a fascinating question. Sam, imagine that AI would destroy even your job. What would you do? And you said, to our surprise, I would become a farmer. Why farmer?
First of all, I think there will come a time when AI can be a much better CEO of OpenAI than me. And I will be nothing but enthusiastic the day that happens. There's plenty of other things for me to do. So that doesn't scare me. That doesn't make me sad. That's just okay, I did this one thing. It's been automated. I wanted it to be automated. That's kind of what we're doing. There's still plenty of interesting roles for me at OpenAI. If I want to do that, that's great. But this has been a very stressful last 10 years for me. It's been a huge amount of work. I have a farm that I live on some of the time, and I really love it. And it sounds like a wonderful change of pace.
And you really, you are not only enjoying the farm, you are really participating and working there or doing things in the nature. Is it like a kind of escape for you, or what is it?
It used to be. And then since the launch of ChatGPT, my life has gone so crazy that I do nothing but work and hang out with my family. And all of my hobbies have gone by the wayside. But so I don't get to drive tractors and pick stuff.
But nature matters to you.
Nature matters to me a lot. And
You're not a tree hugger?
I'm not a tree hugger. No, I'm not a tree hugger, but I love time in nature and I love conservation.
When I read the biography about you that was published recently, I learned a word that I didn't know before, petrichor. Can you explain what that is?
I know what that is. I don't know what I didn't read about it. It's the smell. It's the smell after rain rains on dry land.
If rain drops on dry earth, the smell or the scent is called petrichor. And you said that or people are saying that you said that is your favorite scent. Is that true?
I love that smell. Yeah, that is a.
Why? Can you describe it? What makes it special for you? What do you love about it?
We all know hard for me to explain why I think certain smells are better than other smells. It's I don't know. I just think that's a particularly. I'm actually, so in California, we have a long dry season that's about to come to an end. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking the other day, I'm so excited for the first rains. But yeah, I love to smell that first day that happens.
Okay, but there's no romantic memory.
No, I just think it's a great smell.
Are you actually really a believer of this simulation theory, or you're just flirting with it?
I'm confused. I think there is something strange going on. What an odd time for us to be alive, in all of human history. What an odd time for us to be having this conversation right now. So I think there's something strange going on, but I don't know. Well, I don't even in the simulation, like the simulation theory, people talk about that at many different levels, and how you want to think about that. I don't know.
But one thing is sure, our consciousness and what we define as reality is only a small part of what is really going on.
I mean, I don't know. I would say that our consciousness is the only thing we can be sure that's really going on. Like I believe, I forget the name of that theory, but I believe that. And it's certainly the most important thing going on to any of us. But yeah, it's an unusual time to be alive.
Yuval Harari, the Israeli writer, wrote a fascinating book called Homo Deus, where he basically describes the next era of mankind where we become almost like gods. So eternal life, we don't deal with practical matters. Work is basically done by others. Unlimited wisdom and intelligence. So do you share that vision, and when is it going to happen?
There's a quote that people in Silicon Valley love to say. I'm going to get it wrong, but it's something like, we have the technology of gods, the moral framework of medieval times, and there's one more. But I think there is this sense that our technological capabilities are so outpacing our wisdom, our judgment, our kind of time to develop what we want society to be. And it does feel unbalanced to me in a bad way. I don't know what to do about that, because the technology, it's here. This is no longer, I've been talking about this for years. This was the year that I think the AI got smarter than us. That's a big moment.
Yeah.
And life goes on, but something fundamental has changed. I don't know how sci-fi it's going to get. No one does. Are we living forever in computers? Do we just cure a bunch of disease? Do we whatever? I will say, there's this not that new anymore. In the last few years, there's this show called Pantheon that explores some of these questions. And it is the best. I don't watch much TV, but I made an exception. And it is the best TV show I have seen in a very long time. So I think these questions are in the zeitgeist and sort of newly important and not theoretical. Certainly, I don't know how it's all going to go.
Do you see any problem that AI is not going to solve?
Yeah, I think we'll all still find ways to, be miserable and manufacture a bunch of adversity. And I don't think that's going to get solved.
Yuval Harari was making one wrong prediction. He said that there will be no more wars. Wars are outdated. We see the opposite these days. To which degree is AI changing warfare, and can it lead to a scenario where it gets completely out of control?
I suspect AI will change warfare quite a bit. I think there's just saying about how the military always wants to fight the last war. They never understand enough about how technology changes the landscape. And so if the last war was fought with guns, they assume the next war will be fought with guns. And then, we've seen technology change warfare hugely. I think already with AI, the fact that AI can now write software, the fact that AI is probably very close to being great at discovering cyber attacks, has significantly changed the landscape of warfare, or what it will look like over the coming decade. But I don't know exactly how it'll go.
Would OpenAI work with the military sector and make a difference in winning wars?
We certainly will.
You already?
We certainly will in some ways. I don't want us to become a weapons company, but that's always a easier thing to say than to adjudicate in every case. If you're a really great propagandist, are you a weapons company? A little bit. And
it's interesting how the approach has changed. I mean, a couple of years ago, the whole defense industry was not even invited for dinners. Now they are heroes that are saving democracy.
Well, I think it is clearly a mistake not to support the defense industry. I mean, we're seeing right now in the world a reminder of why companies having strong national defense is important. And I certainly believe that. And I'm proud to work with them.
Yeah. So we talked about godlike forms of existence and eternal life. Would you like to live forever?
I don't think so. I can't really conceptualize what that would be like. Because, by the time that would even be like a possible thing where we could like truly cure all disease and, make copies of organs and stuff, that forever seems like a long time. And I think the natural order of things and sort of continued forward progress like requires death and turnover and new people. And so I can't totally wrap my head around what that world would look like, but forever does seem like an awful